What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Bucket season. Uh, does the church practice what it preaches? So O'Shea hit me to the thing with shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He hit me to the thing with Creflo Dollar talking about Kevin Samuels, but there was a whole sermon involved also. But so he just referenced them at the end. But when you listen to the sermon, I get what's going on. And one of the issues about the last days that we might have to come to grips with is the church didn't practice what it preached. So at the end of the day, people have kind of stepped away from the church and the church environment, even pre-pandemic to now post-pandemic, the pre-restart pandemic, however you want to call it. And what you see time and time again is the church being judgmental, but at the same time doing the very, if you don't go to church, I'm judgmental against what you do. But if I go to church and I'm doing the very things, I need forgiveness. Doesn't work too well, so it doesn't practice what it preaches. We've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God, that type of thing. It's like, but if you know better, then why aren't you doing better? And if all this being this type of person and this good person will lead to blessings and everlasting life, how is it that somehow you keep backsliding, because the sin is even too fun for the churchgoer to resist? We all get weak in the flesh. Doesn't make sense. We live in a society where if you interject God into the equation, somehow it changes the dynamic of the wrong that is done. He who cast the first, he without sin should cast the first stone. But if he without sin goes to church, he could cast as many stones as he feel like. Nah, we're not playing this game. So people look at the church as a hypocritical entity. It seems as if the church doesn't help and hasn't helped as many people as the church asked to help the church. What I mean by that is the church asked the church to help the church, aka the pastors, to delegate the financial responsibilities that are collected from the church patrons every week. Church got to get with you and know where you work and how much money you make and how much your bills are, so they can say this is how much, that you should be giving to the church. The church is like the biggest pocket watcher, in modern day times. The church is like the bank now. So what's between you and God is supposed to be between you and God, but somehow was, to give to God, I need to know your W-2, your 1099. It's like, I don't understand what's going on. You should give from your heart. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you give from your heart? The Bible says if you do this, you will be blessed. But if I do it, and this is what I mean by hypocritical. If I do these things because I genuinely, sincerely believe it's the right thing to do, not even to get into heaven, just believe it's the right, and this is what I do. I've read the Bible front to back, you know what I mean? And I implemented it front to back, in its context, rather. Because I don't go to the church for some odd reason, that taints my actions and my deeds. But if I go to the church and I halfway do them same actions and deeds, or if I all the way do them same actions and deeds, somehow the church is the consigliere to heaven. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. So you see a lot of things that go in the church you're not cool with because the church is like the perfect cover. It's like the perfect cover for what can and cannot be done in society. And I'm a firm believer that, at the end of the day, it doesn't practice what it preaches, in my opinion. And it hasn't for a very long time, in my opinion. So you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.